Yeah. Yeah, man, we here. Let me see. Go to all this stuff. Let me see. Oh, okay. Yeah. Let me see. I'm new to how this going. I got to see how this going. See what's going on here. See how to work everything. Let's see. Scenes panel. I ain't got no eyes anyway. Yeah, that's no, we won't do that. Let me see. Oh, I didn't hit the thing. Yeah, man. Welcome to the Me Against the Culture podcast. I am your host, D Soul Music. Today we're gonna talk about this so-called content in the streets. All these guys on YouTube, all over the internet, talking about they got content. Ain't no content in the streets, man. It's all this old made up made up black community and made up black culture. Everybody wanna fake it. They monetizing. They paying people to fake and tell all this old bull crap. The streets is for money. It's for money. That's what it's all about. And it's not for show. It's about getting as much money as you can without people knowing. Not the opposite. Because it's not legal. Thing is about the streets is that it's not legal. If it was legal, then you can go about being a person who wants to show off everything and tell everybody it'd be a lot of content. Maxwell Mercer, what up? What up? Yeah, so that's the whole thing about the streets and the content. Ain't no content for the streets because the streets is illegal. That's the whole thing with this no snitch code and all this fake stuff that's going on. It's just everybody faking it for a monetary gain. It's really wild. It's like the story of the culture is being created instead of told. That's what it is, and it's created by the liberal media. Everything they telling you is crazy. I appreciate it. I appreciated Maxwell Mercer. That's what's up. But everything they telling us is just what they want to tell us, and they creating our story, and they paying for it. Appreciate that. Yes, sir. Appreciate it, Maxwell. But it's being paid for, bought, all that stuff. And it's monetary gain. All these content creators and people talking about the streets. It's not. They just not telling the truth. Like we not out there like all this unaliving and this killing and all this stuff. We don't look up to that. The jail, all that, man. We don't look up to all that. The whole thing about the streets is money. So we naturally look up to the hustler out there. If he hustling and he get ahead illegally, that's what people naturally you gonna look up to that. And don't look up to no killing and all this other stuff that they try to present. Actually, they paying for it now. They pay them. Guys becoming rappers, getting millions of dollars just to act like that the culture you come from, we just look up to killing and murdering each other. That ain't what it is. That's not what it is at all. The culture is about it's a hustle. It's a whole hustle, man. Yeah, man. You from Europe, Maxwell? Yeah. This what you need to hear about our culture. You know what they present is not the truth at all. It's not the truth at all. They really disrespecting our culture, man. And people getting paid to do it. They got us doing it to ourselves. It's really us. Like the whole hip hop scene, all of the rap, all that, the stripper culture, and all everything is like everything in hip hop is a joke, man. It is literally. That's not our culture at all. At all. It's a straight joke. Jade Mendez, what up with it? So that's the whole thing. Everything is the opposite, man. Ain't no we don't look up to no doggone strippers. The women, the stripper, the women, our women don't want to be strippers. I ain't never met a girl said she wanted to be a stripper when she grew up. Now all of a sudden, that's our culture. Them the big nah. Sorry, got to try again. It's called paying people to act like that's what it is. That's not what it is. None of that. The killing culture, none of that. That's not what it is. All this fake gang banging is really what's really terrible. The gang banging. This is what I mean by content. All this content they talking about with the gang banging and all the gang chips and dip. What up? What up? Yeah, all that stuff is it's a lot for gangs is territorial. You know, it's really local. Like so when you seeing these guys, you see a guy from Savannah, Georgia, somewhere talking about he a rolling 60s. That's it's an insult to the actual rolling 60s. You know what I'm saying? They you don't let people claim your sets. They can claim a gang. You could be a gang from wherever and be whatever. You could be from whatever gang, but you can't claim nobody's set. Oh, all right, bro. Get your goof ass out of here. Yeah. Hey, far as like the commenters and all that stuff, I don't care about nothing nobody say. Like that words don't mean nothing. Words is just what they are. Ain't nobody trying to run no fade and nothing. That's what we do in our culture for real. In our culture, we run fades and do all that stuff. So online on the internet, that stuff. If you can't do that on the internet, so it really don't even matter. That's how you do that. Yeah. So yeah, I don't really get into none of that stuff on the internet. As far as all the tough guy and all that stuff, that's retarded. That's all of it is just fake and people trying to figure out your culture and trying to talk for your culture and speak and tell people what it is instead of allowing it to be what it is. Our culture ain't about none of that stuff. The streets ain't got nothing to do with no all this old you talking about no snitch code and we don't tell and somebody kids get killed and they're not going to tell all that's all bull crap. All that stuff is what it is. They just say people going to say whatever it is. Basically, when you talk about no snitching, it's because it ain't no content in the streets. Ain't nobody in the streets to talk about it. It's nothing to talk about. It's not legal. Nothing you're doing is legal, so it's nothing to talk about. You shouldn't be. So if I don't want to talk about it, should nobody else be talking about it? So that's all the the no snitch code and all that stuff. The streets period is self explanatory. It's just you doing something illegal to get money, and it's all about the money. All the rest that's how all the robbing and the killing and all that comes along with people trying to get money. All the jail culture ain't no jail culture in the streets. The goal is to not get caught. So If you get caught, why would I look up to somebody who got caught? And that's what's crazy. That's what they try to tell you. All that stuff. All these people going to jail and they the rappers and no, ain't nobody looking up to no goofy going to jail. There's plenty people that don't go to jail. Y'all just don't know about them because you ain't supposed to know about them. That's why. That's why they ain't going to jail. And that's why they are who they are. All these people out here that want to be those people is sad. Y'all give up. Y'all say anything about your own culture, make your culture look bad. That's what they did. The whole hip hop. You look at Meek Mill out here telling people probation is bad. No, probation is a blessing in the streets. Everybody asks for probation. You either want probation or to beat your case. The rest, the rest is for the birds. Yes, sir. That's what's up, Maxwell. But yeah, the rest is for the birds, man. All that talking about some probation and Ti calling talking about some. You should have took some 2.5 years. No, you shouldn't take 2 hours of jail time over no damn probation. It's wild. It's right in everybody's face. Everybody just ain't paying no attention. Literally trying to tell you to go to jail instead of probation. The man became a millionaire on probation, but he telling you you should have went to jail instead of done that. Make it make sense. It don't make no sense. People just be out here just saying and doing anything, man. So that's the whole thing with this monetizing world where they monetizing stuff and people is out here they out here chasing, making your own people look bad, make it seem like all the crime that go on in America is just come from black people. Oh, okay, okay, and they'll go out there and sign these deals and push these songs to make it seem like it's right. You know what I'm saying? So that's all it be, man. It's just when you out here and with this when you messing with this internet world, the internet is just people not interested in letting stuff be. Everybody want to create something. It's like how you got in the NBA. You got a guy putting his kid in the NBA over other people who really like deserve it or earn it. That just shows you where we done got in this world. It's just wild. It's just what it is. That's all it's about. Creating. They want to take real life away. Everything needs to be created. Nah, that's just not what it is, and that's not our culture at all. All this content, I got people. There's nobody in the streets at all talking about another man's cases and jail, all that. We don't do that. So that's why I don't understand why it's going on the internet like that. Like that's our culture. That we don't do that. We don't talk about other people' business like that. You just stay out of it. That's all the no snitch and all that is. It's just you mind your business. And far as the police, that's the craziest thing I ever heard. Like you talking about people who doing illegal things to get money. They not doing them just to do them. They doing them to get money. So you can't use the police. It ain't that you don't like the police. Oh, I hate the police and the police will kill me and all this old crazy stuff that everybody, that the liberal media just push and try to say that that's us. No, I can't call the police and tell them that I got robbed for my brick. I'm just saying it don't make no sense. Make it make sense. It don't make sense. So it's not I hate the police and we and this and fuck the police and all that. It's not that. It's that we can't use the police. And that works in a whole lot of different ways. It's not that you just can't use the police. That means you can't use the police. So afterwards, that works the same way. It's the same way afterwards. After the robbery happened, I can't go use the police for nothing. Then there's this thing called accountability. You got to hold somebody accountable, or it's going to keep happening to you. So if you just like being robbed, then you don't hold nobody accountable. You can't use the police for that either, at all. Can't use the police for nothing in the streets because it's not legal. That's their job to take people like that down, so they can't use them. That's what the no snitch. I can't use it. I don't want. Why would I want you to call the police? I'm not calling them out. I can't. Therefore, I have to handle it myself. You have to do your own policing. So it's not a hatred. It's a it's a point where you can't use them. That's all it is. Everybody, oh, it's a no snitching and to shoot your kid and the kid got killed and they wouldn't go tell. No, you're not gonna go tell if your kid get killed. Nah, you gotta police yourself. Remember, how many of them cases do y'all see? None. Why? Because they don't make it to the case, bro. It's just what it is, bro. You think somebody gonna make it to a case and they didn't? Cause every time somebody kid get killed, it's not no thing that's supposed to be done. It's not nothing that we're going out to do that. No, so it's an accident. So you accidentally do that. Most of the time they gonna pay for that. So you don't even make it to see them cases when people kill. Yeah. People just don't pay attention to nothing like that. They just let the media tell them anything. Rappers, all of them, they just tell people anything. I just don't even pay attention, and people don't make it to that. You have to police yourself. I can't allow nobody to do nothing like that. And that's just what it is, and that's where you're getting all the cases and you killing him and these all these bodies and this and that. That's where it comes from. Everything is self-explanatory, but it's not in the way that they say it. They try to say, "Hey, this is what we do. We just going out there to kill somebody for nothing." No, you can't do that. You do that and you go to jail broke. Going to jail broke is the worst thing ever. People don't want to go to jail broke. That's the people who don't like taking accountability. But if you make a couple of dollars or something, then you'll feel a little secure, a little bit better about if you gotta go sit down for a second. But when you talk about killing first, you talking about going to jail broke. Cause there ain't no job. That's not a job. There ain't no job in killing. And hustling, you selling something, that's to make money. You're making money. That's why people look up to that. They look up to the hustler and don't look up to the killer. So that's the biggest myth ever. Stop it. Nobody look up to that. You kill somebody. Make it make sense. How could you be the most popular person and you took somebody out? Like, it don't make sense. Everybody got somebody, so just don't make no sense. Everything about this whole content creating and all this whole image of black people is way off. They way off. The whole culture, the whole rap, the whole hip hop, huge culture. They didn't let it go. You didn't let it. It's then been infiltrated. So now when you hearing people say, "Man, well, every time you turn on the radio, we can't get nothing played unless it's this certain type of music." There you go, right in your face. You see somebody molding a culture instead of letting the culture be itself. Yeah, only women who talk about stripping and doing all that, they can. We only gonna play their music. Oh, okay, it's that easy. Yeah, men. Yeah, I got to talk about killing somebody, whether you did it or not. It's that simple. And in real life, that type of stuff, that's them violations. They ain't got nothing to do with the world. That's godly violations. And you take somebody out, that's a godly violation. So you violating God. You can't sign a rap contract and get away from that. So me saying that is saying that the guys that you see that don't make it, yeah, they music sound different, don't it? Yeah. Uh-huh. Sound like they kind of know what they talking about. Yeah, yeah, but you can't get around God. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you see them. Most of these guys who are either locked up or died. If they talking about killing, then you know what happened, and that's what it is. Those are the real ones. Ain't no real killers. Like it's like that. That's not what we do. That's why I don't survive and it just come and go. And you get a hustler. That's what stays around. That's what it's all about. That's what the streets and the glory of the streets is about. A hustler, somebody who can live that American dream illegally, not nobody out here trying to rob somebody or kill somebody. It's sad. It's terrible, and it's that easy for them to change our whole culture into talking about that. That's wild. It's wild. But most of these guys, I ain't don't nobody know them. You don't know these guys. These guys don't want to be known. Somebody who's robbing and stealing don't want to be known is sneaky. It's a whole sneaky thing, job. The whole thing about shooting, period. Like don't nobody, we don't respect that. We don't respect that. You know, you're not tough. Your gun is the gun. I can't give respect to a gun over a weapon over a man. That's not what we do. So your toughness come with what you can do as a man. That's what fighting. You know, that's what our culture do. We really fight. They didn't try to demonize that and make it seem like, oh my God, you just can't. We could call you any words and say anything to you, but if you fight, then oh, you're being ghetto or you're being whatever. Say what you want when you want. That's our culture, and that's what need to happen. See all these people out of control out here. Some people need to run that fade. You want to be out of control and just say anything and try to destroy our culture and do all this stuff, then hands come with that. From where I'm from, that's how you handle stuff. Ain't nobody got to go to jail. Ain't nobody got to go to nothing. Because we ain't going to call the police on a fight. We don't do that. You don't call the police on a fight. It's only when they come with the sneaky stuff, the shooting, sneaky stuff. Terrible, weak, especially at a fight. The fist fight, we don't shoot at fist fights. You don't do that. You jump in, get involved. You don't shoot nobody in the back or they beating up your boy and they on top of him. We don't do that. That's the stuff of movies. That's the stuff of hip hop. Hip hop try to tell you that that's honorable. That ain't honorable, bro. What's honorable is you jumping in and it's just a big old squabble. Everybody gonna go home. Everybody gonna go home. No problem. Hands ain't gonna kill nobody. Only way hands is gonna kill you is if you let them. But when you look at that situation from that night with the King Von and Tim, looked like hands was gonna kill that boy. That boy ain't even tried to defend himself. But that's just what it is, man. Try to change a whole culture and try to make it what they wanted because it become popular. That's all it was. The culture became bigger than them, so they want to bring it down. Like they do everything. They got people out here. Ain't nobody out here celebrating no George Floyd. I mean, rest in peace to the man or whatever. But we don't do that. That's not our culture. We ain't never had 6 funerals for nobody. So why would we have 6 funerals for him? I'm just saying. That's all the stuff the media try to tell y'all that's not our culture. That's why it's me against the culture for real. Our culture is nothing like what the media is presenting, what hip hop is presenting. It's over with. They been sold out. Jay-Z did it in everybody's face. He sold his company, become a president. That's one of the weakest moves I've ever seen in my life. I don't care how many dollars you get for it. Don't sell no $1 million, multi-million-dollar company to become the president of nothing. What's wrong with you? But that's what happens in the public. From that point on, that's when you get to seeing what they want to present, not what we want to present to the world. That's why it's out of there now. All these fake people, all these people that's not, you can't get it. You can only get it from them. Like I said, it's a secret. Like it ain't a secret culture. My bad. I ain't mean to say secret. It's not a secret culture. It don't have to be secret at all. Ain't no secret. It's just the things that we do for money is illegal. So we don't use police. We don't talk about it. The streets is about making the most money you can, the quietest. without nobody knowing. Nobody have to know where I got the money. I got it though. That's what it's about. Then they created hip hop to give those people that do those things, and they can kind of get away with it, give them a chance to tell the story. See, the story is in past tense. People get a chance to tell the story of what they've seen while they was out there in the streets. That's what rap and hip hop is about. It's not about faking. Now it is. It's all fake, man. It's a whole script for it. Everything. Every rapper was different. If you pay attention, Wu Tang, they had all them guys from the same area, and then none of them sound the same. Which one of them sound the same? None of them. Period. Everybody bring their own thing. Cash Money, you got New Orleans got bought to the scene with Master P and them, No Limit, and Cash Money. All these is different sounds, man. It's not the same. And now it's all the same. That's how you got a guy from Canada that used to be an actor growing up. The people that have lifted to saying that he's one of the greatest. I doubt it. You ain't never even been to that culture that you're portraying. He ain't never even been here. Imagine a man who ain't never even used to say, you ain't never said nigga. I don't do the N word stuff or whatever. I don't care. They gonna have to do whatever they do. I just don't. I'm sorry. That ain't for me. I'm from America. That's our freedoms. We got a freedom of speech, and our politicians supposed to fight for that for us. Yeah, they not supposed to be using none of our freedoms. None of our rights are they supposed to be using, and that's what they're doing. They're using it online, so that's why they're not fighting for it for us. But we should be able to say whatever we want. We Americans. Americans got the freedom of speech. We should be able to say exactly whatever we want. I don't got to say nothing. Period. But the guy from Canada, the Drake guy, he ain't never say nigga before he started rapping. That's an insult. Insult to the culture. Because it's people that really do talk. That's how we talk. Nothing wrong with no word. Ain't nothing wrong with nobody saying it. Nobody. I don't have no problem with that. We got freedom of speech. Everybody can say whatever. Every word has intent behind it. So you could try to call me a nigga and say that, and I'll be like, all right, however I feel about it, because words just don't hurt me. I'm sorry, words don't hurt me. Words never hurt me, but then the way we took the word and made it a word of endearment, like in our culture. That's what it is. If you my nigga, you my nigga. That means you my people. You know what I'm saying? Can't. It's just like I said. It's meanings behind everything you say. So it's the intent behind it. I can't just say, oh, he just was saying nigga and he just was saying that. I don't care what nobody is saying. If you're trying to call me something, then I should be offended by whatever you try to call me. It don't have to be nigga. It could be whatever. You could call me whatever and it make me mad. So that's why words don't hurt. It's the intent behind every word that's said to you. Somebody has intent behind it. That's what hurts. It's the intent. If they saying something with intent to hurt you, that's what hurts, not the words. The actual words ain't what hurts you. That's why words don't hurt nobody. That's why you can say whatever. Anybody can say whatever. If you're American, you can say whatever. White man, black man, Native American. Those are the Americans. You say whatever. You can say whatever word, all that, but our politicians ain't fighting for that. Our government ain't fighting for nothing. We are not in a democracy. We are in a dictatorship. Know that. Everybody should know that. No democracy will have an immigration problem at all, because the people are not voting to bring people in to a democracy where all your tax money is being used to take care of something. So there's nobody who voted for that. So that's all it is. And this whole thing, that's all it's about. And that's why our media is like what it is. And that's why they do what they do. They try to keep everything down. They don't want people to know the truth about what's really going on out here. What's really happening out here. And especially they got to do whatever they can to try to keep black people down. That's what they do. I ain't never been a one about racism. Like it ain't. I don't think. I don't look at it as racism. I don't look at all that racism and all that. What they say. Reparations. All that. I don't look at none of that. It's really a government thing. It's the whole government on that. To take the whole government to get all that stuff accomplished. If they not in on it, if they not in together, then it can't get accomplished. And especially the racism stuff played all the way out. They use us to do that. So push that old bull crap, man. Everybody is it's our whole the America is really everybody is around each other. So you got black cops in black neighborhoods. So really all that stuff they talk about can't be accomplished because of that factor. The fact that hey, everywhere you go, you got them same people there. So I don't want to get into the politics. A lot of people don't like talking about that. Hurt people feelings. You know, the truth is the truth, though. But get back into this content, man. All these, all you see is the ads and everybody running other stuff. And if you got content, bro, it ain't no time for that. I don't really have time to talk about nothing else but what I'm getting into on this, on whatever video I'm doing. So it's just a little test out run, man, to see how this working over here. Probably come back a little later, try it again, see how it go down. All right, y'all. Till next time, holla.